should never sue the liquor company. That's what up. You up. They don't give a about you tearing up booty holes. Up when you sued the liquor company, because the liquor company is owned by the biggest conglomerate on earth, the Black Rock people. You done bit off the hand that was feeding you. He sued the liquor company May 2023. November 2023, Cassie come up with the lawsuit. Connect the dots. Cassie got two checks. She got a check from the mother liquor company people that put her up to doing that shit. And she got a check from Puffy to try to keep her quiet. Too late. Think. It ain't illegal yet, but they working.
First of all, 10 years with anybody is a long time. You not, can I say what I want to say?
No, yeah, it's free. Hey, it's free, right?
Okay. You're not going to be break.
Welcome to the Daily Read, and I am your host, Marcus Gentry. I've been kind of under the weather, and then I had some problems with the family. So I haven't been on the line a lot lately. My mom, she just had a stroke. So me and the family, we've been dealing with a lot of things right now. But as promised, we're going to end this series on Puffy, the Pimp, the Gangsta, and the Mogul. And this last show, talking about the whole Puffy situation, it's all bad, it's all tragic. But most of these people are not victims. Some of these people are opportunists. And you got to understand what an opportunist is. You know, these people have gotten paid for their sexual favors. They've gotten favors from Puffy. They've started careers off of Puffy or with Puffy. Some of these people have gotten married to multimillionaires because of Puffy. And through all of this, I've seen maybe 3 victims. 3. Okay? One of them is a little white kid. He was 11 years old or 10 years old or something like that when he said that Puffy had his family had influence, had money, and he wanted to be a rapper. He wanted to be on Bad Boy's record. And he said that his influential parents took him to the studio to meet Puffy. And they took him up to the big building, to the office, and then they left him alone with Puffy. And I just want to say that this goes back to the whole Michael Jackson thing. Who would leave their kids with these people? I mean, some of this got to go on the parents too. Meesha started off. Now, I want you guys to understand this when I say this. Like I said, excuse me, if my voice is kind of bad. I've been suffering from this flu, and like I said, my mother had a stroke, so things is not too well with me right now. But this woman named Meesha, I think she's in her early 30s or late 20s. She started off in Texas with Puffy at 11 years old. And she had these notebooks. And the reason why I'm telling you what she said instead of showing you her videos is because the Lionel B show, when he interviewed her, he specifically said he didn't want his videos being reused. So I gotta basically, and I'm giving a shout out to Lionel B for getting that interview. That's a good interview. She is one of the few victims I've seen in all of this. And a lot of these people that's playing victim are really perpetrators too. They need to be locked up with Puffy. These are women who were grown and men who were grown who knew that this child was running around with Bad Boy and Puffy, and they was having sex with this young girl. The notebooks, now as far as rapping goes, Biggie pretty much had the rap thing sold up. Okay, so we're gonna cut the rap thing all out. The R&B side, Meesha with her notebooks, everybody was saying that this young girl was writing music that was ahead of her time. A young lady shouldn't be writing R&B songs like this, promiscuous R&B songs like this. So she was already put out there as if she was an 11-year-old girl who was promiscuous. She was living with her grandmother. They never mentioned anything about the mother. Her father was an absentee father, in and out his grandmother's house. So it was easy for them to take this young girl and turn her out. So now they don't have to pay her nothing for all of the lyrics. And I really want y'all to understand this. I really want y'all to understand this, okay? Got my medicine right here. But I really want y'all to understand this. Some of our greatest songs in R&B in the 90s was written by an 11-year-old child. Just think about that for a minute. I mean, they probably changed the words up a little bit, you know, to keep from having to pay her something, just in case she comes back later and tries to sue. But most of the stuff that she had in her notebooks wound up being some of Puffy's songs, some of his R&B hits from other artists. And from 11 to 16, she said she was having sex. From 16 to her 20s, this is when all the parties was going on, where they had her on the table naked, and strawberries and all this stuff. They were eating strawberries off of her. Everybody knew who she was. Everybody in the industry that knew Puffy knew her. Even the women Puffy dated. Even the woman Puffy married. Just think about that for a second. He had an 11-year-old child to 16, fooling around with this girl. The whole time he was dating people like J-Lo, Cassie, and all these people were having parties, orgy parties. She said in her interview that she was having sex with one guy on the bed, and a grown woman came in the room on the bed with her, was having sex with another man. And all she could think about was this girl's voice screaming, as she was having sex with the other guy. And this is wild. This is some of the wildest stuff. And these people knew she was underage. Just think about that for a second, people. This is why Hollywood is silent. Because number one, the parties are still going on as we speak. They're still having orgy parties right now as we speak. They still got whores running in and out of these mansions as we speak. Have any of y'all noticed how the outdated whores are the ones that's filing lawsuits? You don't see no young whores. And I know that's going to trigger some of y'all for me saying whores. I don't care. It's my podcast. You don't like it? Go somewhere else. But have any of y'all noticed in iHeartRadio land, when y'all looking at all of this, all of the people that's coming forward are in their 30s, 40s, or 50s. These are people who are washed up. They had to go back to their normal lives after being with the stars, having trains ran on them. I think I'm gonna do a show about that. The different dynamics in men and women. I think I'm gonna do a show about that. But if you notice, all of these people that's coming forward with these horror stories, trying to sue and get money, they're washed up. They had to go back to the neighborhood with their head down after exposing themselves and having trains ran on them at these orgy parties with all the rappers. Don't nobody want them no more. Cassie got away. She came in, got the money, and now she's living with a white man, a millionaire. Some of these other women are trying to do like Cassie. The only people out of all of this that I see are victims are the kids. The kids that was involved. Them the only ones. Let's get into the show, because we're gonna have an interesting show today.
You know what happened? You should have never sued the liquor company. That's what.
I like Eddie Griffin. He's funny.
I don't give a fuck about you tearing up booty holes. You sued the liquor company because the liquor company is owned by the biggest conglomerate on earth, the Black Rock people. You done bit off the hand that was feeding you. He sued the liquor company May 2023. November 2023. Cassie come up with the lawsuit. Connect the dots. Cassie got 2 checks. She got a check from the liquor company people that put her up to doing this, and she got a check from Puffy to try to keep her quiet. Too late. Think. It ain't illegal yet, but they murdered.
First of all, 10 years with anybody is a long time. Can I say what I want to say?
No, yeah, it's free. Hey, it's free.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop this right here. I like her. I like her. This woman right here, she's something else. Because you can tell, her being an older woman, she don't give a damn. She probably done hold herself out too. But she ain't scared to talk about it and tell you the real. This Tokyo Tony, she funny as hell. Listen closely, people, to what she got to say. Listen closely.
You're not gonna be breaking it down on the table, snorting your ass off, having a good time. Having a good time. You're like, okay, we chilling.
Let me stop this one more time. She's talking about Cassie, the woman that I said on the last show was not a victim. Listen closely.
We doing us. We grown, everybody chilling.
Yeah.
Fine. Then you have some dudes come in. 1, 2, 3. Okay, hey. Then the guys that walked in, you done f***ed off everybody, then fucked off everybody. Now, how long did this go on?
She say some years.
How long did this go on? So when did you say, well baby, I don't really feel like eating everybody tonight. Can I just go to bed?
Point of him being 32, fucking me at 17. So what's the point of being sad? They just gon' label you as sad. Cause you know dope boys not pedophiles long as they get in the bag. So what's the point of being mad? You better off not giving a fuck. They be screaming they hate P. Diddy, but still love they uncles. What's the point of keeping secret? That he a threat to all the nieces. And why y'all hurting all the angels so you can protect all the demons? What's the point of even lying? You get caught up every time. What's the point of your relationship if y'all ass ain't even trying? How we glorifying murder, then we be shocked when niggas die. Like, what's the point? Are we down with catching bodies or we not?
Hello was at that party.
I had to throw that in there, people. I had to throw that verse in there because she is speaking on the hypocrisy of America. How we love a King Von who's a serial killer, but you know, we shocked at his death or shocked that people get murdered out here. We love Puffy giving him keys to the city and love his orgy parties, but now that all of these women, look at this woman on the screen right here. This is Meesha. I'm glad I got her now. This is the girl I was talking about that was 11 years old when Puffy found her. from 11 years old to her late 20s or early 30s. I think she's like 32 or 35 or something like that. From 11 years old to her early 30s, this woman was having sex with Puffy and all of his friends. She was a jump off from the age of 11 years old. Everybody in the industry knew. His wife knew. His girlfriends knew. This is the when that video that came out about Cassie getting slammed in the hallway. Nobody knew that Puffy was having sex with this girl. She was the girl in the hotel room. Cassie walked in. This is what she said out of her own mouth. Cassie walked in, saw him blasting, had her bent over, and Puffy told her to stay there and watch. She been doing it, but see, Cassie gets mad. What the hell is this? And this goes back to what a man said about the true nature of women. The true nature of women is they want a dominant man. So Cassie, already knowing that Puffy had whores, Cassie already knowing that Puffy turned her into a whore, got mad because he in here fucking a whore. She said it out of her own mouth. She said Cassie walked in seeing me and Puffy having sex. Puffy told her to stay there and watch or join in. She grabbed some money and left. Puffy jumps up, wraps a towel around him, runs out into the hallway, body slams her, grabs whatever he picked up off the ground that was his money, and took it back to the hotel room and kicked her. I didn't like that kick. That kick was bogus. Then he kicked her like bitch, kicked her and walked off. And she stayed with Puffy 3, 4, 5 years after that's happened. You can't tell me, the people in America that's watching this right now, you cannot tell me that the police and the feds didn't know about all of this stuff that was going on. This is what you call, by the stuff that I've been in recently with secret organizations and how they tried to backstab me and take my life over nothing. Let me tell y'all something, people. I totally believe now that the feds knew, the police knew, everybody knew. But these secret organizations have so much influence and power in our government, in our police forces, in our federal agencies, that they covered all of this stuff up until they got mad at him. Think about what I'm saying. He was a gatekeeper. He kept all the other blacks in check. When he's not a gatekeeper no more, okay, y'all police officers, y'all can have him. That's what's going on right now. This girl said, she said it out of her own mouth. She said, I was the one in the hotel room with Puffy. We was having sex when Cassie walked in. They didn't show her because she never went out into the hallway. They just saw Puffy and Cassie. But she was in the hotel room. Let's continue on.
She had a baby blue dress, and I was like, I don't want to be around her. I was scared. I'm scared of her. Like, I was scared.
Now she's talking about J-Lo. This was before Cassie. But she also said something about the what I'm trying to tell you people is, this one woman right here is an actual victim. Out of all the people I've seen that were grown-ups, Puffy got this girl at 11 years old. She was with Puffy from 11 years old all the way until she was like 30. She's the only victim I've seen, except for maybe one or two others that were childs. There were children. Even Justin Bieber might be a victim. If the rumors, what they saying is true, he might be a victim. But anybody that was underage, they victims. All of these grown-ass women who was in their 20s when this shit was going on, you're not no damn victim. You a slut bucket, you went and got slutted out, and now you back in your 30s and 40s trying to get some damn money. This is crazy. She's talking about J-Lo. J-Lo was the one when she was having sex. Somebody got through having sex with her. J-Lo walked in and stuck a champagne bottle up her hoo-ha. She's talking about this. She said she was scared of J-Lo. But the fact of the matter is, J-Lo was grown. J-Lo knew about this girl. Everybody in the industry, besides the people in the public like us, we didn't know about this girl. We only seen Puffy with J-Lo, Puffy with his wife, Puffy with Cassie, Puffy with Young Miami. He picks the ones he brings out on the red carpet. But they all know who this girl is. This is crazy.
Of her from how she did me when I was younger and all the stuff that she did.
One of the things she did was with the broken bottle, right?
Yeah, and he had me feeling like I was his girlfriend, so I would talk to her crazy, disrespect her. It's a picture where my face is turned this way, and I know that I'm crying. They got a square on my face. I'm just yelling. I'm 13 in the picture. I remember he snatched me off that table, put me in a dark room, and then I woke up again, and it was like the whole party was. Like when I come to, they looking at me like, oh, eyes open, like I guess my eyes were closed, and then they end up putting a blindfold, so it was dark. But I saw a couple of celebrities, but before they put that blindfold on me, I looked over to Miss English, and I see her that she just laying there drooling, like, I see her get.
Just to confirm.
Now, Miss English was a grown woman. This was Cassie's friend. Miss English is the other whore that came out talking about she suing. How? You on the bed getting effed by a man while a 13-year-old girl is getting effed by another man. And you didn't say nothing? You should have been the first one to say, hey man, get that young girl up out of here. I'm here. I'm grown. Get her up out of here. You didn't say that. You became friends with this young girl. And I'm going to tell you how that conversation probably went, because I know how whores and pimps move. The young girl was probably thick as hell. She was probably 13, thick as hell. All the men wanted to have sex with her. But she was not cute like the other girls that Puffy be with. They became friends with the young girl. They tried to school the young girl like they were just some top-notch whores. Instead of telling her, look, go home, get away from all this. They was probably trying to groom the young girl, these whores. Y'all some grown-ass whores. Y'all know this girl 13 years old. Let's get back to it.
You were the one that had the D&G tank top on, correct?
Yes, I was. Cassie saw me when Cassie was running. Cassie was mad because she had to watch him with me on some, and she ran off with.
This is the part where she's talking about the hotel video that Cassie got slammed. She was in the hotel room having sex with Puffy.
Money. And that's money in that duffel bag she was running with. Aretha Franklin gave me and this other guy, we think it's powder, but it was cocaine. So after we ate it like powder, we had to it instantly. So I gotta use the restroom. I don't give a fuck about trying to use the restroom. Get on the stage. And I could not hold it. And I'm telling him I gotta use it. Please let me use it. And he's like, nah, keep dancing. So I on everybody. And I'm up there just steady dancing, got my hands waving, everybody, I'm looking around, everybody looked at me disgusted. So I'm just still on the stage. I remember Denzel saying that you ain't got no respect for nobody, but I think some shit hit him and his wife. When everybody was looking at me like, this nasty. But nobody can help me. Nobody helped me for the first time.
Can you imagine? Can any of y'all imagine the feds and the police not knowing that this was going on? Puffy got a young girl, 13, 14, 15 years old, dancing on stage. Aretha Franklin was a part of this. So you already know Oprah's probably a part of this too. Aretha Franklin gave this girl cocaine. This is crazy. Crazy work. Everybody in the industry knew. This girl was from the age of 11 years old. At this point, I think she was like 14 or 15 at this point. So that means Puffy at this point had her from 11 to like 16. And she's so wild that he telling her that he's his girlfriend, but he's not bringing her out on the red carpet. Don't nobody know about her except for the industry people. They looking at Puffy with J-Lo, Cassie, all of these other women. They looking at them as his girlfriend, but the whole time, him and his boys, they got all of these women as whores. They treating all these women like whores. This is crazy work. This stuff needs to be studied. Let's get back to it.
I'm gonna go ahead and publicize what R. Kelly told me. Jay-Z, I know that it's part of your humiliation rituals to get where you at. You had to engage in sexual activity with your boy Diddy, bro. You engaged in oral sex with another man.
You want to get into the goddamn details, exactly what the hell R. Kelly told you?
It was a passing of the torch, bro. Meek, for example. Man, I hate I gotta go there, but all these people was like Diddy girlfriends, bro. Like they put him in a position to where you gonna be able to feel dominant over everybody. Like you the gatekeeper.
And how did you stop calling? You got pregnant, they stopped calling?
No, Anthony Gallo started cheating on me with Rihanna and Megan Good and other models in the industry and the girls I was working at the strip club.
This woman right here is Miss English, okay? The girl Meesha was 13 when she said she was laying on the bed having sex, and they brought her in, and she was laying right next to her having sex with another man. She was the one describing her saying, and she started slobbing out the mouth. This is her right here. She was a grown woman. And now she's up here talking about she's a damn victim. I'm almost willing to guarantee you she was trying to groom Meesha into being a hoe. Y'all don't realize the dirty stuff that goes on in the hood. This stuff goes deep. When you see a young 14, 15, 16-year-old girl looking like she 19 or 20, and she's surrounded by 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old girls, they're not telling her to go home. They're not kicking her out. They showing her how to suck dick. They showing her how to fuck. That's what these women are doing. And now they coming up here talking about they victims. Meesha is the only victim in all of this. Well, not the only victim, but the only one I've seen from 11 to 30. Everybody knew that Meesha was one of Puffy's original whores from 11 to 30, and don't nobody say nothing. This is crazy work. Let's get back to it.
He would have everybody. Yeah, and he basically looked at us for the streets.
At what point you were pregnant by Jay?
Yes, I had a miscarriage.
Okay, this is before. No.
This is like
okay.
Before all of that.
How far along were you?
I believe I was definitely less than 3 months. It was the first trimester. It wasn't
still early.
Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't planned. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna have this baby. And, you know.
I'm gonna pause that right there. Okay, we got to get into. There's another topic I want to talk about. You know, I'm starting to change the show up a little bit for iHeartRadio and add a few segments to the show besides just my commentary on what I've seen going on with the pattern. There's a master pattern in everything. Wicked. I was going over some movies to review for the show, and it's not a lot of pickings out there that I'm interested in. Wicked is a good movie, but I see the pattern in it, and I see what it's about. Okay? This is teaching our 10-year-old black girls, 20-year-old black girls, and 30-year-old black girls. I don't really think 40 and up black women really watch stuff like this. They probably watch Tyler Perry more. But this is a musical. And I know a lot of black men is not going to watch this. When I first put it on, I almost turned it off when I started hearing singing. They talked for a little bit and the story got kind of interesting. Then they broke off into some singing. I implore you, black men, you need to watch this movie to see what our young black women are being indoctrinated in. Now, the story is about the Wizard of Oz. Before Dorothy came to the Wizard of Oz and killed the Wicked Witch. It was about the Wicked Witch and the Good Witch who were friends. And it's trying to tell a story of why she became the Wicked Witch. Now that's on the surface. That's what they're going to give you on the surface. But when you watch this, and I implore you black men, sit through the music parts, ignore it if you got to, and the real meat and potatoes behind this story is a story of feminism. White women, black women come together. White men are still dominant. White women go get the black women. The animals are black men. This is going to mess y'all up. When I watch this, by me being conscious of things that's going on around me, when I watched this, I was shocked. Because a lot of people ain't going to get it right away. They called her a wicked witch because in this movie, she was trying to take up for the animals. Remember what I just said, the animals are the black people who used to be educated. The animals in the Oz story can speak. But the people of Oz, the white people, started treating the animals and locking them in cages. The Wicked Witch was not a wicked witch. She was green because her black mother, she's black in the movie, but she's green. She's green because the black mother waited until her husband left and opened the back door for a man who was drinking a green liquor. And he passed the green liquor to her. And they started fooling around. Think about that. Think about how people around the world view black women as promiscuous, cheaters, sluts, whores. Think about that. So now, this white man who has a black wife pops out with a green baby. He's shocked. Like, what the hell is this? Then he turns around and have another baby by her, the legitimate child. This is some deep stuff, people. You need to watch this. You need to watch this movie, Wicked. Watch it, and I guarantee you're gonna see the pattern. The reason why they call her wicked is because she tried to take up for the animals. The animals are the black people. She didn't want them being locked in cages. They were educated. She didn't want them to be called beasts. So they labeled her wicked. So she embraced it like, fuck it. I'm talking about, this show is deep. The white woman and the other girl, the legitimate child, they want power. Just like you got some black women that are side with black men, and then you got some black women that are destroy black men for the power. I'm talking about, man, you need to watch it. Black men ain't gonna watch this if they feel like it's a musical. We don't watch musicals like that. I sat through it because I said I gotta have something to something, you know, the decent to get to my audience for my show. Let's get to it.
Sorceress, she's a puppet master, pulling strings to shape us to her liking. When she sees Elphaba's raw power, she doesn't waste a second. Morrible flatters and manipulates her, angling to harness the Grimory for her own ends. But her schemes don't stop there. The wizard just a pawn. Morrible strokes his ego, making him believe he's in charge, while she quietly consolidates power behind the scenes. Every storm, every tragedy, it's all a part of her plan to secure dominance. Morrible isn't just wicked, she's the embodiment of ambition unchecked, proving that the most dangerous villains aren't always the loudest ones. Keep an eye on her, because in Oz, the weather isn't the only thing she's controlling.
Now, I want y'all to get that synopsis, okay? That synopsis right there.
You know what happened? You should have never sued.
That synopsis right there is basically what the public gets. But when you watch this, everything that's going on in America is in this movie. You got the feminism stuff going on with the sisterhood. You know, you got the black women being promiscuous. You know, not loyal to their husband. Watch this. This is at the very. You see how they got the black woman looking like a alcoholic whore drinking green liquor. This is how the Wicked Witch was born, right here. You guys need to watch that. You guys need to watch it, because you'll get a full understanding of what I'm saying when it comes down to what they're teaching our 10, 20-year-old and 30. I don't think too many 40, 50, 60-year-old women is watching this. but they hitting the youth with this stuff. And I can't take away from the movie. Actually, if you can stand 15, 20 minutes of it, you can watch the whole thing, because it gets interesting, especially if you done either read the book or seen the old Wizard of Oz and how Dorothy fought against the Wicked Witch. Everybody knows the story. Everybody who's been to preschool knows the story of the Wizard of Oz. This is before Dorothy killed the Wicked Witch. This is how the Good Witch was friends with her, and how she, all of this, I'm talking verbatim. It's like this stuff is like feminism on steroids. Y'all need to watch this stuff. But let's get back to the show.
You know what happened. You should.
Let's get back to the show, cause this is finna get serious. Now, this woman had an affair with Jay-Z for 9 years. All of this stuff is coming out now. Everybody that's 40, 50, 60 years old, 30, late 30s, they trying to, they're not, these people are not, they washed up. They don't have it like that no more. They don't have it where they can pick up the phone and call a music producer and say, man, I just dropped something. Can I get in the studio? I ain't got the time today, man. I'll call you back. Never call them back. That's what these people are. Everybody got their gripes. But you don't never hear the young girls who are in with no gripes. They're not the ones complaining. Let's continue on.
Bedroom. He started to undress me, and this time I didn't resist. My clothes were off in a flash, and so were his. In the memoir, Carmen also wrote about the moment she told Nas about the lengthy affair with Jay-Z, saying she told him, Nas, it's true. The rumors are true. I have been seeing Jay-Z. So the other time Carmen also talked about the affair was in 2017, where she said that Jay-Z was her best friend. She also talked more about her decision to cheat on Nas with Jay-Z, saying, the problem was who I was cheating with. Now, had I been cheating with like some nobody who just wants to play Nintendo all day and smoke cigarettes in front of the TV, that may not have been a problem. Okay, like Carmen, we can get through that. We can get past that. But I was cheating with individuals that were in the same genre of music, the same circles, you know, the same company. But I didn't look at it as if I was doing anything wrong. I felt like this is my circle too. These are my peers. Like, I'm in the box too. But she said she finally ended things after being left disgusted by Jay-Z rapping about hooking up with her in his song Super Ugly. If y'all remember, Jay-Z released the track in 2004 and rapped about how he slept with Carmen in a Jeep and left behind used condoms in her daughter's baby seat. Carmen,
you see how disrespectful that was? Just think about that. You slept with this woman and left a used condom in her baby seat. That's letting you know right there. All of these people, these women are like whores to them. And some of these women are actually thinking at the time that they're with these guys that they're more than what they are. Reality kicks in after they done slept with about 20 or 30 people. Reality kicks in. Damn, I'm nothing but a whore. And then they don't get no phone calls no more. Ain't nobody trying to marry them. If you notice, you can't, very few of these people are married. And the only person that's married right now is Cassie. And guess who she went and found? She went and found her a lily white man who probably never even knew. And if he did, he's King Simp. This is what I mean when I say these people ain't no damn victims. Now we talking now when I'm saying this, it might be triggering to some of you. Especially you crew that's believe all women type crew. I'm cool with it if that's how you believe. Some of these people are backstabbers and snakes. Some of these people are out here trying to get money. And they feed right into your narrative that you put out there, believe all women. Whatever narrative these people got to help you, it's really meant for people like Meesha the real victim. It's meant for her. They went and snatched her out her grandmother's house at 11 years old. The Me Too movement is for girls like her. Not some grown ass whore running around having sex with everybody. That's not meant for you. You did that on your own. I'm gonna go back. No, hold on. Let me go back one more time. Cause I like her, man. She funny. Let me go back one more time.
With anybody is a long time. You're not. Can I say what I want to say?
No, yeah, it's free. Hey, free.
Okay. You're not gonna be breaking it down on the table, snorting your ass off, having a good time. You're like, okay, we chilling, we doing us, we grown, everybody chilling.
Yeah.
Fine. Then you have some dudes come in. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then the guys that walked in, you done f***ed off everybody, then fucked off everybody. Now, how long did this go on?
Should say some years.
How long did this go on? So when did you say, well baby, I don't really feel like eating everybody tonight. Can I just go to bed?
Hey
man, I love that, man. I love that because it holds weight when somebody like her said, because she probably been in those spaces. She probably done been in those spaces where dudes don't walk in and say, man, shit, what's up?
He was looking for. The driver then later picked her up, and after 20 minutes, she was dropped off at a white house with a U-shaped driveway. The girl was then made to sign a document she believed to be a non-disclosure agreement, and she was told that she could not discuss what happened at the party. Based on what is in the lawsuit, after that, she was allegedly offered a drink that made her feel woozy, lightheaded, and feel like she needed to lie down. She said that she walked down what appeared to be a hallway containing several rooms off of it, and she entered what appeared to be an empty bedroom so she could rest. According to the lawsuit, this room contained only a large bed with no furniture of any kind, not a television or other furnishings. Shortly afterward, the lawsuit says that both P. Diddy and Jay-Z entered the room, with P. Diddy telling her, "You are ready to party." That's when she alleges that Jay-Z removed her clothes, held her down, and proceeded to force himself on her, while Diddy and an unnamed female celebrity watched. She then says that Diddy also forced himself on her as Jay and the woman looked on, and when she could eventually manage, she ran out. In the lawsuit, Jane Doe says that although there were other guests still at the party, no one appeared to take notice of her distress or attempted to help her after what happened. She just ran to the nearest petrol station where she called her father. Now, what Carmen is suggesting is that she wouldn't be surprised if Jay-Z did the things he is being accused of. But we also know that Jay-Z released a statement immediately after the lawsuit saying things like, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime should be locked away. Would you not agree? My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence." In addition, he also criticized the lawyer behind the lawsuit, Tony Busby, calling him an ambulance chaser in a cheap suit, and then added what he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake psychics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you just how different I am. Let's just say that this statement did not sit well with a lot of people, including Carmen, which is why she is out here adding more fuel to Jay's drama again. Like I said, we also have people bashing Carmen for inserting herself in the chat. But what do you think? Should she be out here talking about their affair that lasted a solid 9 years? Is she suddenly being this vocal because she knows other secrets that could be damaging to Jay-Z? Let me know what you think in the comments section below.
Now, I just want to say, man, that a lot of these celebrities need to be in there with him. Not because of them having orgy parties, not because of them having spiked drinks. They've made movies about this. Some of y'all don't remember Porky's. Remember Porky's 1 and 2? You know, remember John Candy? Every time he went to a toga party, somebody would slip in and spike the drinks. They've been doing this for decades. All the spiked drinks I don't care nothing about. All of the whores that's coming out now talking about there was abuse, I don't care nothing about that. The only thing that's crazy is the kids. That's it. Actually, there's two things that's crazy. The kids and the fact that this was going on for 20 years and nobody knew about it. That's crazy. I beg to differ. I think everybody knew. And I think a lot of people partaked in it. So when you got people that's partaking in it who are powerful, and then you got these private organizations. There's a lot of private organizations in America. A lot of them. I've dealt with these people. They got police officers in their pocket. So when you got these private organizations involved, these powerful people, these multi-billionaire companies, they keeping a lot of things under wraps. But there's no way that they couldn't have known about this stuff for 20 years. Why was it so easy to get a Cassie videotape of her getting body slammed? You know why? Because they already had it. They just sat on it. Think about that. There's a pattern there. This is what they do. They get you in, secretly videotape you, because everybody can commit a crime. Everybody can take off a mattress or a tag. It's a crime. If you jaywalk, it's a crime. Think about that. Everybody has some type of dirt. We humans. So what they do, they bring you in, give you the king gold, have one of their whores have sex with you, knowing that you married, you thinking you one of the guys. They videotaping you. So now, if you ever become rich, they got something over you. This is how these people are moving. I don't believe 1 second that law enforcement didn't know about the goings on of Diddy. Just like Hugh Hefner. They already knew what was going on. They didn't bother with it. Hope we learned something about the Mogul. This is the Daily Read, and I'm out.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
The business.